Alright guys, and welcome back to Phoenix Wright episode 29. So at the end of the last episode I was gonna go ahead and cut to and do the rest of this part here, but I recorded it, played it, and then I realized, oh wait a minute, this is gonna go on quite a while. So I just put us back to the part where we were at, and we will proceed forward. As you can see, we got a fresh bar. So anyway, Angel. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition off to her side. Press! So, where's this partition on the floor plans? I'm sure this means the wall next to the car. Yes, that's right. There was a wall there, about 6 feet high. She was obviously trying to hide herself. Quite a natural thing for a criminal to do. Let's see. Like I said, I recorded a little bit past this, but not that much further. I know that there was like I just realized that there's like, oh, okay, there's gonna be a lot of combo. Let's see. Presser. Yeah, that's right. Press on the cough up queen. A visitor parked in B block. See witness the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from the car. Yes, that's correct, Miss Starr. Yes, that's right. There's a chain link fence. I went over to it, of course. Amazing! The cough-up queen. Lunch lady athlete, indeed. Yeah, just superhero right over that thing. Supersister that fast. This was about 9 feet high. Yeah. Almost impossible. Like, literally. Press. Ah, yeah, this is different. If I remember correctly, I told you in my testimony. Cheeky. Anyway, I heard muffler. So nerd? No, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but to someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Her phone? She can't mean. Ask further. This is the different thing that I did when I recorded it the first time, or sorry, the second time, just to see what would happen. Anyway, it turns out you've got to do this. So, by phone, do you mean cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately, my memory. It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see? No, as a witness, we don't see! That's bullshit! Chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. Near the car, there was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently, it was out of order. And so she used her cell phone? Indeed, the emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing. Good witnessing. Whatever, having a good testifying. Yeah, no kidding. Should, of course, add this to your testimony. Things I do to please a rookie defense attorney. Cell phone updated on the record. Muffler. Okay. Saw it all. How she tried to use the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. Chief prosecutor. Well, so here's what we know. It's like impossible for her to have gotten over that fence in time, and I think this is a critical thing. I saw it all. There's only one place you can see everything from. The Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. Objection! The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Edgeworth, you've clearly seen that it is! She's clearly hostile to prosecutors! Well, who have you thought would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. This is what we were talking about earlier. She's trying to tie Edgeworth into this case. That's why she's trying to prove premeditation. Edgeworth didn't... What did she say? Nothing. Says nothing about it. So it's like, if you know who she is, and you kicked her out somehow, or she thinks that you did anyway, of course she has a grudge. Anyway, well, Mrs. Starr, it's a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me, and I'll make you cough it all up. Hey now. Look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed the crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly see Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. The emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order! What's the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. God. She's coughing up lies. Objection! It's quite a claim, Wright. Perhaps you will allow me a question. Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. What's lied about? This, where she saw it. This guy tried to use the emergency phone. It was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Starr to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But, say the witness did actually see Miss Skye using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Starr witnessed the crime from a different location. A different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Objection! Well, we're all objectioning here. If you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it! Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was a witness when she saw the crime? All testimony I've heard up until now points to one location. Right here. For sure right there. There's another place where she could have been, yes. The security guard room? Indeed, the security room is well positioned. It's built on the second floor so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there, yes. But why there? There are so many other places where she could have seen the phone. See, I think, not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could see the crime and the back of the partition is there, yes. I remember your testimony. You said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend's security guard room. That's just what I was getting ready to talk about, is that, oh, I went to the security guard room. It's like, that's where you watched the whole thing. Well, Miss Starr. Gotcha. How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that the tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Starr. Caught you in a lie. Cough up, queen. What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. And I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Guilty. She's talking about Miss Skye. Right. Doesn't it strike you as odd? Why did Miss Starr lie? It doesn't make sense. Because she has a personal vendetta! She has a personal vendetta. That's why she lied. She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. That's not true. This photograph tells all. Photograph... Oop, what? The defendant who stabbed the victim. The truth still stands. Objection! It still stands. I disagree, Edgeworth. What? If a witness found to be lying, then they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. I'm surprised they even have that in this freaking universe here, because every witness that we've interviewed has lied. All of them. Either intentionally or unintentionally, but I think all of them intentionally lied. So they should all be guilty of perjury. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? But me? Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Miss Starr witnessed the crime from the security guard station. She lied and said she saw it from B block. Must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? Angle of view? That would change, but it's not vital because we just talked about that. Difference in distance to crime. Difference in lighting. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. Objection! No, you objection. My condolences, Wright. But one look at the floor plans and it's quite clear. The distance between the scene of the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see what? No, it's on the second floor. I don't see how that would change. Blah, 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 blah. I don't see what would change what she could see. It's on the second floor. It would change how far. Objection! What she saw is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Yeah, that's what I was talking about. She couldn't have hopped the fence and gone and arrested Lana Skye in that time. Impossible. Miss Starr, you witnessed a crime from a security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness, you... Yeah? You ordered the squid wheels, right? You get that bullshit out of here! My lunch has gone from low to inedible. I was reading PB&J with fresh boysenberry jam for my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend! He wasn't in the station, so I waited. I witnessed the crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew what I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. Okay, but the door was locked. Oh, okay. Couldn't open it. That's not what I thought she was going to say. So you hoof it all the way around here. And I had to go through the visitors parking lot B. That's a hell of a... Yeah, it's a long way. And then go and jump over the fence. No way! You knew someone at the scene of the crime who let you through that door. That's how you got Sky. That's what happened. You didn't run all the way around, jump over a fence, and then... No. 5 minutes! Sorry, I didn't read that part out. This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him! I know it! I have a photographic evidence of her not stabbing anyone! I swear it on my finest plastic spork! You have a point. And the spork is a wonderful invention. Would you like another caviar lunch? Absolutely! Come on, Judge! It's alright, you have to do something! Do you have any evidence to stop this? Objection! 5 minutes between the witnessing of the murder and the arrest. Think about it. You could make a pasta in that amount of time, if you like it al dente. I've got lunch boxes that tie pasta in the knots, rookie. A 5-minute blank. Isn't that strange? Oof. I've been sitting here for a minute. Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do in 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Hey! Don't get wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Yay! Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, is the next witness ready to go? Perjury! Straight up perjury! Put her in jail! Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. We did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. I'm sure the judge wouldn't mind dethroning the cough-up queen himself. And with that, court is adjourned. Alright guys, we have, of course, had this happen. Who says hold it? You? Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid wheels, right? Was he trying to foist off on me? I prefer not to take the defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. Save me? I have decisive evidence. What? Is another one of those trick lunch boxes? My apologies. You don't have any decisive evidence. You can't introduce any evidence now. No further questions to ask of you. Get the fuck out of here. Ah. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Oh-hoo! A triple decker! Come on, Judge. Oh my God! Out of deference for the witness's determination, I'll allow one more testimony. In exchange for food. That's alright. These are how these cases always go. Same thing with karma. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she gonna pull out of her lunchbox this time? Come on. You can't just introduce evidence. Oh, well, she did introduce that picture earlier. I should have mentioned those 5 minutes where I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Yeah. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? Come on. 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One, of course, was the victim's. Okay, that's Detective Goodman. And the other blood type matched out of the defendant, Lana Sky. The shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. Her hand was cut, but... Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Yeah, for all your created testimony needs. What's the meaning of this? Why is that the first time I'm heard of this evidence? Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with the evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself. You can't do that. And you had blood tests performed? Didn't I mention? I have 3 boyfriends in forensics. Coughing up all over the place, huh? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this as evidence. What? You must know the 2 rules of evidence of law. Yeah, Edgeworth, help us out here. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. In other words, the shoe is illegal evidence. And, at least for the time being. Is that right, Mr. Wright? Seems so. Edgeworth is celebrating. Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. Yeah, obviously, the lying detective. As I mentioned previously, the shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. You can't just randomly approve stuff and then come in with, like, this is the most, like, obtuse law system of all time. It's like Manfred Varkarma walks into the records and just takes evidence. It doesn't work like that. You can't do that. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Is that right? Seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen. You could at least study some evidence law, really. Evidence law? You can't plan for nonsense like this. The prosecution's complaints notwithstanding, it appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. What's the second rule? However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness. Anything to ensure the guilty are properly judged. Get the You're guilty! You! Victim's shoe, white enamel shoe, bears traces of blood from the Goodman and Lana Sky. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. Of course, gotta get back in here. This is a hard case. I mean, we didn't game over once in the main game, even on the last case. Should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes? I guess you could say I just wanted people to look at the results. The results? How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim before my own eyes. Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing. You mean just making up testimony to get your own way means nothing? It's the exact opposite of how the law works. Then why didn't you just tell the truth? Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy and vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. The stuff that you are completely doing right here, right now. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book. Fuck out of here. This is when the suspect is admitting she did. That's what I'm saying. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. But we won't punish you for it. Let's just get this over with. You should be thrown in jail, her testimony thrown out. It should be over by now. And now the matter of the victim's shoe. Didn't I bring this up? You found the shoe at the scene of the crime? Obtained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive. So like an ill-trained pooch, she snuck off with the shoe. I was afraid someone would erase the chief prosecutor's crime. The shoe was my secret weapon if that should happen. Bullshit. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. Happy for you and your lunch bag, really. In case you valuable evidence from the scene of a crime. Now tell us what you did next. 2 types of blood were found in the shoe. One, of course, was the victim's. Okay. So you brought the forensics department. Brought it to the forensics department. If you're going to submit something as evidence to court, you need to prove. To do that, evidence must be analyzed by a forensics expert. Okay? She got away with a little coup because she used to be a detective. The shoe does appear to have bloodstains on it. Well, the man was stabbed after all. And that blood belonged to the victim, Detective Goodman. As I said, there were 2 types of blood found on the shoe. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, as long as Sky. How'd she know that? You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with that blood test. You claim to know something about blood test, rookie? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes in 4 types. A, B, O, and AB. Kind of, yeah. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. What? That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Okay? Means we can more or less narrow any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. Come on, Emma. It's pretty specific. If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's very little doubt it could be anyone but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found in the victim's shoe. It ties it directly to the death of Detective Goodman. She did say she stabbed him. It's afraid, yeah. I don't know. We're in flawless decisive evidence. It's pretty sly hiding evidence like that. Sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon? In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the wave of the future. Maybe I should investigate this evidence a little more closely. Yes, I agree. Let's take a look at it. No, what? Oh my god, that was a mistake. I just wanted to check the shoe. What do we got? It's blood. It's my sister's, right? Appears so. Yeah, it's bandaged or sore in jail. Yeah, she must have cut herself at the time of the crime. Poor sis. Aha! There's blood here too! On the sole of the shoe. It's gotta be the victim's. He must have stepped in a puddle of his own blood. All this blood. It's horrible. This blood might be an important clue. Yes, I think so. Did we already do this? What the hell? You ordered the peppered fish guts, right? Peppered fish guts? Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some, like your client, she's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with the shoe? Problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Yes, there's a problem. I'm not imagining things. I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence. The blood on the bottom of it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense because he's standing in a pool of his own blood, but there's no blood anywhere. That's the thing. The only blood I'm assuming is in the trunk of the car. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? What? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about this victim's shoe? Show us the problem with the evidence. Hopefully this? Couldn't be this, right? Because no, it's gotta be this. Let's get it so we can't have some kind of question about it. There we go. Take that! Yes! Got it. Wonder if you noticed. There's blood on the bottom of the shoe. Don't mess with me, rookie. Or it'll be your blood on the bottom of my shoe. Indeed. Here is quite a bit of blood on the bottom of the shoe. Makes sense. The victim was stabbed with a knife. What could possibly contradict about blood on the bottom of the shoe? Aha! It's gonna be this. See? Nothing here. The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Yes, that's what I'm talking about. What's going on? Oh, phone. Notice at the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Then, isn't it strange? Why wasn't there any bloody footprints found by the scene of the crime? Or in the picture? That's what I was thinking. Aha! As you can see, there were no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. This contradicts your claim about the shoe. The picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Objection! Then where are they, Mr. Edwards? Because we checked the scene of the crime and found nothing of the sort. Oh, I just see I see that. That's good. What? I could go on, Mr. Wright, but it's true that the lack of a footprint is a contradiction. Then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. That's true. There has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright. Think. What? Hey, I don't know why there was not. It's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it. Oh, Edgeworth with the silent hold it. See, I now get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There is one vital hint to the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. Chief Prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside and kicked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Yeah, no kidding. Beautiful but deadly, huh? Yeah, cough up queen. Who could be like that? Going around here in a robe. I thought that was a strange thing for normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that. I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Okay, where are they going with this? Was the oil drum empty? Oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor? Was brimming with water. Water? What does that mean? Still don't get it right? It means to your... the real reason? Knocked it over to erase the blood? Nonsense. Not knocked over the oil drum for one reason. And one reason alone. To erase the blood stains that would become evidence against her. Can't prove that. Prove that it was full of water. That ties things up quite nicely. The blood stains left on the victim's shoe ties her quite clearly to this murder. Yeah, kind of tough to know that one. Then, after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase the telltale signs. Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty. Erasing evidence. Or coming up with it, right? Come on. That reminds me, Miss Sky's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? Ooh, so that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe? Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial. Mr. Wright, do something, please! I mean, we can't prove that the oil drum was full of water. A tough one. She's just confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But enough. There is no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor. What? No. Angel Starr is on the prosecution side. She could have been lying about the water. Exactly, yes. Is no one else going to point this out? Come on, Phoenix. Court finds the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Hold it! Who's this now? Is it her again? Little girl. What did you just say? Huh? Me? Did you just say that I, Angel Starr, was on the prosecution side? Well, yeah, you are. You're his witness. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing bloody footprints. Well, I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are, demanding a second helping. Everything's all food with her. No lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence. Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else? Objection. Time for deliberations is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court. Yeah, use that Von Karma tactic. Your threats don't scare the cough-up queen. Look at this. Another evidence. Come on. Photograph. I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe did belong to the victim. What? Okay, I see no room for error in this evidence. Mr. Wright, wait. Look at the asphalt in this photo. Hey, it's clearly wet. Or it could be oily. Could be oil. Could have been oil. Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water. Or it could be oil. Could be anything. Sorry, Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all. Not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. It was kind of tough, but come on, there's got to be something we can do. It seems this is where your sister wanted anyway. Jesus. Sorry, Mia. Right, what or not. Mia's helping! Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. Take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. That's right! Never give up! This is the last piece of evidence. Very well. This time I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection! There we go! Objection! Your Honor, wait. What is it with you people? Can I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore? Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. It'll be too late. Look at this photograph, the last one submitted. This is the trial. This trial isn't over, so we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, are you saying that there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I think later. Yeah, there's a problem? Right or wrong, I gotta go ahead with this. That's the way to do it, man. I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show the court the problem in this photograph. Muffler. Muffler. It's gotta be that. Oh, it is water. Or could be oil, but it's reflecting. Ooh, that's not good. It's gotta be this. The problem with this photograph is here. What's this? Something poking out of the car's muffler. Wait a moment, Mr. Edgeworth. Your Honor, you just said muffler. However, I see no trace of a muffler or a scarf of any kind in this photograph. Aha. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, muffler, they mentioned muffler a couple times. Like, I don't know anybody who calls a scarf a muffler. I know a car muffler. A muffler is also part of a car or a motorcycle, Your Honor. Or any other vehicle that uses a fuel engine. Just think of it as a part of the exhaust system. A pipe, yes. I see. How could you not know that? With the suspicious looking cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nah, hold on. Yes, it does. Because you said it did. It's not going to be that easy. The fact that you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. What? Let's hear it, Mr. Wright. This is on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to this case. Because she said it. She said muffler. Easy money. Yep. Mrs. Starr, recall your testimony for the court. Ah, yes. When I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. Muffler. Yeah. Could be that the muffler you heard mentioned was actually this exhaust pipe. What we need to do is talk to... If so, it means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. Ah! Chopped all the lunches. Oh, man. Speaking of lunch, well, it seems we'll have to suspend the proceedings. Suspend? I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the crime scene inspected at once, and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed? I suppose so. Oof, that was close. It was close. We made it, at least for now. It was close. This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime. He's still hungry? Second stomach for steaks. To be continued. Okay, we made it, guys. So, I figured that after, like I said, I was going to actually just slap the rest of it onto the last episode, but it kind of seemed like it was shaking. I didn't get that far, but yeah, it seemed like it was going to go a little longer. I didn't realize it was going to go this much longer, so I'm glad I split it up. So anyway, guys, something words? Oh, I'm glad that Mia came through for us. I guess she's still watching out for us, even we get a little Faye help even without Maya here. But yeah, it's tough, and I still don't know who exactly did it. Obviously, here, let me raise this up a little bit. Obviously, there's a setup somehow. Obviously, the cough-up queen and someone else. I'm not sure if it's that detective, the Western guy, Marshall. I'm not sure if Marshall and her set it up, but it's got something to do with the case 2 years ago. It's all tied back to that case. Once we get those details, I think that's going to help us out. But it looks like it might have been Marshall and Starr who set this up. I wouldn't say Marshall because he's tied to that case. But yeah, what are your guys' theories? What do you think might have happened if you're watching this and haven't played it before? No spoilers in the comments, please. But if you're wondering, yeah, go ahead and put your theory down in the comments, because I don't know for sure. I don't see how it all comes together just yet. But I'm curious. So anyway, guys, really good case so far. We are almost at the close of Ace Attorney, and we will see you next time. See you guys.